My name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, it's great to have you, and if you are returning, thank you for coming and spending some more time with me today. So it's a very cold morning. We've got some bit of sunlight, hence why we've got this furzy bit here. The sunbeam is coming in, makes a change, but it is quite cold, hence jumper is on. And this is my weekly Flosstube update. I have 5 projects to share with you today and a little bit of news at the end as well, so do stick around for that. I'm just going to get straight into the stitching because I'm on a day off today and I've got a few things that I want to do. So first piece that I've worked on is this beauty. This is Envy, artwork by Marta Dahlig, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm stitching this 1/1 full cross on some 25 count Lugana, and I've added 1,000 stitches. It's moved from 36.17 to 36.58%. I'll show you whereabouts I've worked and then we'll try it and show the whole thing. So as you can see, I've worked on some more skirt, and yes, there's a bunch of park threads, and I'm sort of gradually moving down and filling in her skirt. 1/1 full cross on 25 count Lugana, this piece. Second of the sins for me. I've already done avarice, and I think that's all in. Shows you just how big it is. I'm right back on my sofa here. So that's that one. This will be my Sunday stitch this coming week, which I'm quite pleased about. I do like working on Envy. So that's that one. Okay. Second piece I've worked on is this one. This is a stitching shelf. No, that's not. Oh dear. There we go. Stitching shelf, artwork by Aimee Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm doing the regular size match colour on this piece. This has also had 1,000 stitches, and it's moved from 23.38 to 23.65%, and it's stitched 1/1 on some 25 count even weave. I'm just trying to remember where I worked. Oh yes, right. So from sort of here, line above where my finger is complete up into about here, and this bunny has come in. I spotted this the other day. I was like, oh, it makes sense now, because what was a blob is actually a bunny. These Aimee Stewarts are just full of surprises. So there we go, 1,000 stitches in. 23.38 to 23.65%, 1/1 full cross on some 25 count even weave. So that's that one. Next one I've worked on, I actually took away with me. Me and Hannah were away last weekend, and I sort of switched it around a bit and took this one with me because it's easy to stitch because I'm stitching all of the black. This is my Lord of the Rings stained glass, which I got from Etsy. And I'm colour completing doing the black first. I managed to get 1,200 stitches in. I very nearly ran out of thread, but I did have enough for the trip, fortunately. But believe it or not, we were in Birmingham, and in the centre of Birmingham, I know there is in some of the outlying areas, but in the centre of Birmingham, there was nowhere, there was no craft shops at all. Nowhere there were some knitting stalls and things in the market. There were 1 or 2 charity shops that carried a few bits, but there was no sort of needlework stores. There's no department store with a haberdasher or anything like that. The closest I got was the Works, which is like a books and crafts and arts and things. It's everything. But yeah, it was a bit sort of disappointing, but it didn't spoil what we were going there for. Just sort of, you know, I was going to be needing some 310. So as you can see, I've worked a little bit on this stained glass here at the bottom. It's had 1200 stitches, 11.52 to 11.85%, and it's worked 2/1 on some 18 count aida. I'm not opening it up, it's too big for the camera now. So once I get to the bottom, I'm going to start taking pictures, which according to this won't be very long. So that's that one. What did I work on next? So the next one was my Sunday stitch, but given that I was away until sort of 6:30 in the evening on Sunday, I actually got the main stitches in during the week, and then anything I did on Sunday was a bonus to the 1,000 I'd already put in. So this is Sailing Fairy Panorama. Artwork is by Nadia Strelkina, charted by Paine Free Crafts, and I also have the kit. So this has had 1,300 stitches, and it's gone from 18.40 to 19.23%, and it's stitched 1/1. 1/1, oh cracky, keep dropping stuff, full cross on some 25 count easy count fabric. Put that back in there before it gets lost. Now, let's see if I can work out where I've worked on this one. Yeah, so I've worked on this side mainly, sort of from about here I filled in and to about here where this spark thread is. It's just sort of dingle dangling there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th full row of 10 deep. That's how it looks all together. But yeah, very, very pleased with this one. Heading towards a quarter done, which is fabulous. So yeah, that was Sailing Fairy. And the last one that I worked on this week, I had managed to get to a milestone. Now, obviously Hannah and I went away on Friday, and I was determined that before we left I was going to reach this milestone. As you guys know, I'm an early riser anyway, so Friday morning I got stuck in and stitched. Nope. So the piece I'm talking about is this one. Good grief. I'm all fingers and thumbs today. This is She Sleeps artwork by Stephanie Poinman-Law, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This one's a regular size max colour. I'm stitching it 2/1 on some 20 count fabric. I did move the hoop before I started stitching this week, but as it's not the beginning of the month, I am showing it still in the hoop. I'll just kind of pop out where I can. So it's stitched 2/1 on some 20 count fabric, 48.26 to exactly 50% complete. So I have worked in this bud here, and obviously what's underneath, and quite a lot of this part here, and this blob here, which I think is another berry. Yeah, I think it's another berry. So obviously I've worked in quite a bit, and I'm about halfway across the hoop. So before I start to work on this again, I should be moving the hoop across again, and we'll start to capture in the very bottom end of this flower centre in the next bit. And we're almost, as you can see there, we're almost at the right hand side. I doubt very much if I'll get to the right hand side this week. If I do, it'll be because I haven't had a model stitch. But I'm trying to get my rotation stitches done as soon as this week, and then it means that I can concentrate on this one. At the moment I've got plans for much of Saturday on this, if not all. Andy's not in on Saturday, he's out filming. I've got a nail appointment in the morning, but other than that, I think pretty much all of Saturday I'm going to be working on this. Try and get to that right hand side, but I'm at 50%, which I'm ecstatic about. I wanted to get to 70% by the end of the year, and at this point I'm going to achieve that target. Couldn't be happier. So at the moment this is slated for a finish in, I think, March or April 2026, if I keep going at the rate I'm going, which is about 130 stitches a day on average. There's some days which I get loads in on this. I can get 2,000 stitches in, no problem at all. Other days when I struggle to get 200 in, but it depends on what I've got going on. So that is all of the stitching. So what's coming up on the channel this week? So there will be 2 Stitch With Me's. First one will be Chat, and it will have Daughter of the Deep. Second one will be an ASMR style one, and it will be with Night Cafe. Realm of Middle Earth will be out to have some stitches as well, and then my Sunday stitch this week will be Envy. The live streams, of course, as well, will be going ahead Wednesday and Sunday as well. So other stuff, other bits. Weight loss this week, I had a maintain, which I was super happy with, because me and Andy, we went to Warwick and Stratford, and we had a wonderful time, and I wasn't on plan, but to come back with the maintain, I am more than happy with. It's not a gain, and I think that's really is the most important thing. It's not a gain. So that was that. What else to tell you? Me and Hannah were away last weekend. She bought me a couple of things while we were away. She's bought me a lovely new dress, which I will look forward to wearing in the summer. She's also got me a little bracelet, which is beautiful, little delicate silver bracelet. And she's also got me a new lanyard for my scissors, because I keep my scissors on a lanyard. And I don't know about you guys, that looks to me kind of like a frog. Is it? I don't know. But it just seemed fitting. So she's bought me a new lanyard that, with it, because it's got the spring extension, I'm not like this, you know, trying to sort of lean over to cut my threads, which is fantastic. So thank you to Hannah for that. The only haul I've got is some green wool to add to the wool collection from my friend's blanket, and it's like a sage green, so nothing sort of terribly exciting about that. Right, so the other thing I want to just mention in this video, I have touched on this in my Stitch With Me, which you'll see in a day or two's time, but I will have, by the time this video goes out, there will be a link in the description box for buying me a coffee. I'd always kind of been, you know, a bit of, no, I don't want to have a buy me a coffee, because this channel should be self-supporting with it being monetized. However, for some reason, I don't know why, because none of my videos are restricted, but the ad revenue from YouTube seems to have taken a bit of a nosedive. As well as that, I've had people that tell me that they are watching via premium, and they kind of feel a bit bad because they can't watch the adverts, because there's no adverts on YouTube Premium. So I know that I'm getting the views, it's just obviously I'm not getting ad revenue. The idea of memberships has been sort of looked at, but I offer already a lot of content. A Flosstube, 2 Stitch With Me's, 2 live streams. So with the 2 2-hour live streams, that's 4 hours. 2 hour-and-a-half Stitch With Me, that's 7 hours. Plus a Flosstube, which is usually about half an hour. So you've got more than 7 hours worth of content a week. I can't physically do any more. I work a 35-hour-a-week job. Plus I am a mum. I've got a family. I've got a home to run. So I can't do any more. So the idea of a membership has kind of been completely, what's the word I'm looking for? It's been put to one side, and we'll never speak of it again. That's the, you know, we'll say it like that. The other thing that came up was the super thanks button, but also the super thanks button works in the same way as memberships, not by giving you something. What I'm talking about is how creators get their revenue. So if you go through super thanks or a membership, don't get me wrong, I am not trying to put people off doing this, but by going through super thanks and memberships and giving you money to creators through YouTube that way, YouTube take about 30%. Andy's got 19 or 20 members on his channel, and a good proportion of the money that he gets is retained by YouTube, which I think is a little bit unfair. I think if we're putting in enough effort as content creators, then we should be getting more than that. We should be getting a larger portion of the revenue. So rather than enable the super thanks button or memberships, which I actually don't have, which I don't offer, I've decided to put the Buy Me a Coffee link. Now, what I will say about it is, with the Buy Me a Coffee, I've done it myself. I've bought people coffees. There is absolutely no obligation, and I do not want anybody who is listening to this to think that they must click on that link. You don't have to. If you are able to, and if it does not put you at any sort of financial detriment to do so, and you are wanting to support me, then that link is there. If you cannot afford to do so, then that is absolutely fine. Just please continue watching the videos. What I've also done is I have arranged my playlists, my content into playlists now as well. I put all the 2023 stuff together, the 2024 stuff together. No, the 2021, the 22 and the 23 stuff is kind of together. But with the 2024 or wherever I could definitely separate the kinds of stitch with me's, I've done that. The only thing I haven't put into playlist is the live streams. But everything else is in a channel playlist. So, you know, I've got techniques, I've got unboxings, chatty, ASMR and alternative stitch with me's, Flosstubes and whips and plans videos are kind of all categorised. So that is another way, you know, I've had people say to me, sort of, you know, certainly on the live streams, if we had a playlist, we could just put the playlist on and walk away. And yeah, absolutely you could. So, you know, that's just sort of something else that I've done. But yeah, I think that's everything. Just trying to think, because I'm on my own. Andy's not here at the minute, and when he's not here, he doesn't remind me. But yeah, I think that's all. I think we've covered everything on this one. But yeah, Tuesday Flosstube, Thursday, Saturday Stitch with me's, live streams Wednesday and Sunday 7:30 PM UK time. So if you can join me for any one, all of those videos, it'd be fantastic. It's very heartening, certainly when I'm doing the live streams, to see that more than 50 people are regularly joining, certainly the Sunday live stream. It is absolutely wonderful, and I cannot thank you all enough for your interaction. The Facebook group is also going from strength to strength. I've got over 200 members in there now, and I do post twice a week a thread for people to put their work in progresses on, so I can then show them in the live stream. Unless I am told otherwise, I will confine what I show on the live stream to whatever's on that thread. So if you're in the group and you want something showing, make sure it's on that thread before I lock it or turn off commenting. I do tend to give a little bit of notice on the stream that I'm about to turn off the comments. So yeah, but yeah, other than that, all I've got to say is thank you all so much indeed for your watching, for your interactions and all the rest of it. I will speak to you guys next week on the Flosstube, but of course we've got the live streams in between. So thank you all very much indeed for watching, everybody. Take care, happy stitching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.